What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the Madden 20 Ratings Prediction Series, where we're getting ready to go on a run here, because we pretty much have to get these videos out this month, because anytime in July, usually early July, is when the official ratings come, so I want to get these out here so I can at least look like I'm a smartass if we are correct for some of them. So we're going on, and we're moving in the order of the actual NFL draft. The next team up for us to preview is the Detroit Lions, team that's, kind of in purgatory, I guess you could say. Like, are they good? Are they bad? Are they in between? No one really knows. They're a team that if they get hot, I would not be shocked to see them make the playoffs next year. But also, if you told me they have a bottom 5 pick, probably wouldn't be shocked either. So let's jump into the Detroit Lions. And first off, we're starting with Matt Stafford, giving him an 82, which might look a little high at face value. 3,700 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 picks last season. Statistically, he's in that the Eli Manning territory, but unlike Eli Manning, where Eli Manning, his rating was fair, Matt Stafford rating regressed. Like, he was I think in the base rosters, like an 84, 85. Have a down that year like that, if you're in company with an Eli Manning, you probably got to get an 82. You probably still have a decent dev trait. I mean, Matt Stafford is a polarizing quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback, but I think 82 is probably where he needs to be. Savage God's here as well. That's awesome. Looking at the running backs, they brought over C.J. Anderson, who kind of took over the football world by storm, filling in for Todd Gurley for the Rams. I'm going to give him an 80. Kerryon Johnson, I'm also going to give him an 80. 850 yards in scrimmage, 4 touchdowns last year. I don't know why they're not giving him a bigger role, not giving him the opportunity to lead the committee here, but I think he's a talented running back, and he should be given more responsibility, if you will, for that Lions backfield. Theo Riddick, 550 yards from scrimmage, still one of the better receiving running backs in the National Football League, so we'll give him 79. Zach Center had some decent production in some fill-in duty. We'll give him a 72. Bowden's there. Look at the wide receivers. So we have Kenny Golladay. He is going to be 84 last season, 70 catches, almost 1,100 yards and 5 tutties. A breakout year. Definitely stepped it up when Golden Tate got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think he is an emerging stud. Had the impact block again, you heard the world heard over and over and over again. It was all over social media. I think it was against the Jets. Just blew up a dude. Marvin Jones Jr. was banged up last season, still in limited duty. I think it was 8 or 9 games, 35 catches, 500 yards, 5 tutties. Still one of the best deep threat wide receivers in the National Football League, so we'll have him in an 84 as well. Bringing over Danny Amendola, still a decent slot wide receiver. Definitely, most people know he takes his game to the next level when they make the playoffs. When he makes the playoffs, can the Lions make the playoffs and actually trigger that big game Amendola mode? I don't know. TJ Jones 73, and you got Fulham, who they drafted at Old Dominion 68. Just a couple depth guys. Look at the tight ends. I'm giving TJ Hockenson a 78 overall. Wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe get a star dev trait, just because a lot of people do, and myself included, highly rate this year's tight end rookie class. I think Hawkinson's a beast. I think 78 is a good starting point. They got Jesse James coming over from the Steelers. Give him a 76. Look at the offensive line. Taylor Decker, 79. Frank Ragnow, 81. They got Bo Benchwell, who is easily the most coveted undrafted free agent. I'll give him a 70. I was shocked he wasn't drafted. Graham Glasgow, get a 75. They got a sort-out right guard for sure. And Rick Wagner, 79. Decent offensive line. An above-average offensive line here for the Detroit Lions. Jumping to the defensive side, we got Deshaun Hand. I'm going to give him a 79 overall. Last season, didn't start a lot. I think he ended up on the PUP or IR or something like that. But he did have 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. I don't know if they're he's big. I don't know if he actually is going to be kind of an inside-outside guy, because they traded for Trey Flowers and Aquara had a nice year. So maybe they'll move him inside and play him with snacks, or rotate at least with Ashawn Robinson. Aquara said we gave him a 77 overall, 7.5 sacks, 8 TFLs last season. Nice little breakout year. I'm pretty sure they rewarded him with a brand new contract. You got Lee. They drafted Austin Bryant out of Clemson. We'll give him a 68. You go on the other side, Trey Flowers, the big money man coming from New England. This rating, his stats are never really that amazing, but they're definitely really good, and he's a pro football focused darling. So for the time being, I think he will get a generous 88 overall. Jumping to the inside, we have Stax Harrison. I'm giving him a 92. He's the best run stuffer in the National Football League. Last season, coming over in a trade via the New York Giants, which is still very, very surprising. Went to the Lions, finished with 3.5 sacks, 5 TFLs. I mean, Stax is an absolute wrecker against the run. So, even though his stats don't warrant a 92, you can't look at stats. You got to look at what kind of impact he brings to that defensive line. And he is as impactful as pretty much anyone. He's in that S tier of impactful defensive linemen, even though his stats kind of fall behind. But I mean, I don't think there's a better player against the run than Snacks Harrison. Ashawn Robinson will get a 79, and there's the rest. Jumping to the outside linebackers, we're starting with Devin Kennard, who last season 7 sacks, 9 TFLs on 46 tackles. That's pretty damn productive. We'll give him a 78. Inside, maybe a little Florida Gator bias, but Jarrett Davis, I'm going to give him an 80. He had 100 tackles, 6 sacks, 10 TFLs last season. I know, there was a surprise selection out of Hawaii, Jelani Tavai. Maybe some people are saying, maybe Jarrett Davis could be on the trade block. Maybe it doesn't fit what Matt Patricia wants to do on the defense. But Jarrett Davis, while he is definitely not good at all in coverage, he has a certain skill set that I think Matt Patricia will covet and still be able to utilize. And I was actually personally a little bit surprised with the Tavai selection. And then our outside linebacker, we have Christian Jones, who will give us 75. He's bang on average. Jumping into the secondary, big play Slay. I'm giving him a 90. He's arguably my favorite corner in the National Football League. 3 interceptions, 17 pass breakups on 43 tackles last season. Super underrated, and I feel like 90. I think for my ratings, I'm not really paying attention from a team-to-team basis right now, but I think he definitely is a top 3 corner in the National Football League, and his rating should reflect that. Melvin, we got an 80. Coleman coming over from the Seahawks, 79. Tease Tabor, 71. Oruwariye, regarded as one of the best steals in the NFL draft. I'm actually going to give him a 71, which is very, very high for a 5th-round draft pick, but I think he is going to hit the ground running with the Detroit Lions. Free safeties. It's another position that's kind of a crapshoot right now. Tracy Walker was a high pick 2 years ago. Kind of surprising selection, if I'm being honest with you, but he's 73. I do like the Will Harris selection. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get on the field sooner than later. Maybe that 66 is just a tad bit low, but we probably can bump that up to like a 69, somewhere in that territory. But I wouldn't be surprised, ultimately, for this position if Will Harris sees a lot of playing time as a rookie. Then at strong safety, we have Condre Diggs. Some depth here, but Diggs, we're going to give him an 81. Last season, 3 interceptions, 8 pass breakups on 78 tackles. He's good, man. He's a solid guy, converted corner, has those traits. You definitely can see it when he's dropped back there playing center field. Matt Prater will get an 80. Sam Martin will get a 78. And there you have your Detroit Lions ratings predictions for Madden 20. I think, again, every one of these videos, I'm not going to repeat myself every single time, but with the brand new rating scale that is coming to Madden 20, it's going to be really, really difficult to understand how much the scale is getting nerfed. I assume it's going to be a decent amount. I know for a fact that these ratings, I don't have the same confidence I would have had last year, because this year the ratings are all skewed all over the place. But generally speaking, at least you're going to get an idea of, in my opinion anyways, where these guys are going to be positioned on their own roster. I mean, some of it is clearly just relaying their stats and guessing what their rating is going to be. But, sometimes you got to go into the tape a little bit. I know, there's nothing. If you're a casual, you might look at Snack stats and say, oh, my God, he's not that good. C4's over giving a guy a 92 and he only had 3.5 sacks. Stuff like that. You got to go beyond the tape. Same with Trey Flowers. Even though he got a huge contract, his stats don't really look like an 88 overall. Don't look like a guy that's almost into the 90s. But when you watch what he brings on the field, he's just brings the goddamn ruckus. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm sure if you agree or disagree with these ratings, you'll let me know in the comment section below. As always, your first time stopping by, Madden 20 season's just around the corner. Hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.